welcome to Off-Road Travels. We're in South Georgia and we're going to go ride some dirt roads that you can ride anytime.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us. Let's go for a ride. We are riding the back roads of South Georgia and making our way to what is called the Georiga Adventure Trail. Similar, kind of like the Georgia Traverse, which travels from east to west or west to east, from North Carolina into Alabama along the mountain range. There's another trail called the Georiga Adventure Trail. The Georiga Adventure Trail travels from about where Interstate 75 goes over the state line at Florida and travels all the way north up into North Carolina. It's a lot of dirt roads, especially in the southern area, because the southern area is predominantly farming. So you'll travel through a lot of farming lands, but as you get up to the northern portion or northern half of Georgia, it changes. It's a great way to spend some time connecting with rural America, and you can stop along the way. We haven't seen a whole lot of cars. When I talk about agricultural areas, this is a giant sprinkler system. It's anchored at one area to a well, and this mechanism with the sprinklers, it rotates on these tires here and it pans across this field. Now if you're flying over South Georgia and you see giant circles, those giant circles are for the crops that are run by these giant sprinkler systems. Each one of these areas that we're riding on is a separate little section of the track. There'll be a link below. This is for people who like to drive down dirt roads. As you get to the northern portion of the adventure trail, some things change. There are areas on here that may be a little tougher when it's heavy rains. A couple of friends of ours, Clay and Jenny, who jeep with us frequently, came after a whole lot of rain, and the trail was very different. It was really muddy, really washed out. There were several places where there were creek crossings because the creeks were flooded out. So it depends on the time of the year. Right now, it's springtime. It's beautiful. The trees are in bloom. The flowers are in bloom. The wildlife is out. And it's two-wheel drive friendly.
Hey, baby. Get a little buddy.
And that's why you don't go barreling down these roads. They live out here. This is their house. They're just coming by to say, hey, what you doing out here? So, Randy sees a big bird, makes me turn around, trying to see what kind of big bird flew into the trees. We're trying to capture it. So I come off of the trail by only about that much. I'm looking up into the trees and I almost ran over this. A beautiful eastern king snake. King snakes have always been one of my absolute favorite species. These snakes eat other snakes. They have gorgeous bands on them. And they can get to where the whitish part is more yellow. Yeah. Nice snake. It's been a long time since we have found a king snake. And if this is all we find today, it's been a great day. Hey, buddy. How you doing? He doesn't like Randy. The day is made by trying to find some crazy looking bird. One of the things that we have noticed is dotted along this adventure trail are little graveyards. Private John Wesley Lewis. Some of these stones are just that. They're stone markers. John F. Fitzgerald, born November 1885. John C. Mazel, November 1838. Small, round leaves and a center to the flower. This is a stinging nettle. See those little spines on there? Those little spines, if they hit you on your bare skin, will feel like a jellyfish.
Hi.
Good, good.
For a good restaurant.
Say that one more time. What do you got?
Fries, sweet potato fries, tater logs, onion rings, tater tots, a slaw, and a side salad.
And where are we? Where are we?
We're at the grill in Hawkinsville.
In Hawkinsville.
That's
And what do
right.
y'all got here?
Say it again.
The
Best burger in the state.
Not best burger in town, but the best burger in the state. We're fixing to find out. The grill. This is where we're stopping for lunch. And if you're riding the Georgia Adventure Trail, this is off the trail. About 10 minutes or so off the trail. It's on pavement, so you can make some good time. Well, it's time to eat, so we're going to say grace, and then we'll get back on the trail. The hamburger was good, but I saw something on the menu that I got to get also. So I'm getting some more food. Under that, there's a couple deep fried hot dogs with a mess of fixings on top. Well done. I just want to tell you that was quite possibly the best hot dog I have ever had.
You like
that Alpha Dog.
Yeah.
And I've ate plenty of hot dogs. That was, the hamburger's good, but it's really good. That's nice. That's an area that probably have snakes in it. Turkeys like trotting in front of us going down the road. We're in a wildlife management area, and I saw a sign back there that said something about road impassable, don't follow your GPS. Sounds like a Jeep road to me. This portion has had a few more ups and downs. Well, back there we saw a sign that said road impassable. This is laying across the road. I don't have a chainsaw. I don't have ability. I don't have a way to make sure that I can get over it, and I'm by myself. So I guess at this point we're gonna have to turn around and find an alternative route. If I was with somebody, I've driven over bigger telephone poles than this out at Judd.
You're gonna start turning this way? Did it.
I'm trying to take a piece with me. Well, I guess it's not so impassable if you got a Jeep. So earlier I said, you probably make this in a car. I tested my winch before doing that, but hey, we did it anyway. Now let's see what's ahead. Hopefully there's not something worse.
I would say we're close. I would say the road is impassable. That was a collapse. Wow. Here comes Matthew.
Go down there, I'm coming through.
What's that?
Go down there, I'm coming through. I'm thinking Dukes of Hazzard. definitely not passable. Luckily, we go through this kind of stuff all the time in Judd. That's what big tires are for. Low gears and a winch. Well, the adventure just got a little more regal. So far, so good. That is 2 major obstacles. Now, there was no signs that said don't go over this. There was no signs that say don't go through this. But we're hitting some areas that obviously are not being maintained anymore because the road is pretty rough. But that's what Jeepers like. Washed out, unmaintained, problematic roads. And it just continues.
Oh, look at you.
That.
Oh, ouch. You're not as nice as the king snake.
Is a red belly. Their bellies are kind of reddish orange. There's a red belly water snake. Got a nice pretty belly. Look at that color underneath. Beautiful. Beautiful orange. He doesn't like that. There you go, buddy. Snake number 2. First the king snake, now a nice red belly. Let's keep moving down the road. It's getting pretty sketchy, but I'm glad I found a snake. It only got a little bite on me. Well, we made it out to the highway. Yes. That finishes, if I were to categorize it, the second quarter of the Georgia Adventure Trail. The first portion goes from the Florida border all the way up to Araby. From here, we're making our way up almost into Macon, and then from there it goes over Interstate 20 and will continue all the way up through the Georgia mountains. This trail sometimes can be car friendly. Right now, it is absolutely not car friendly, and highly recommended that you skip the West Lake Road portion. Find a way around, because until they fix the washout, you'd have a hard time going through. Well, that's it. Thanks for riding along. I'm Matt.
And I'm Randy.
And you just been on some off-road travels with Florida Jeep Rides.
Yes.
We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and don't forget to comment below. We'll see you on the next portion.
Bye.